Hi everyone, so today I'm going to show you how to buy an annual pass online. This is the easiest way to do it, we found, so it's really helpful. The only issue is you have to do it through the French website, not the British. I did say you can buy an annual pass online on the British website. You can't. That should have been you can buy it on the phone or by post, not online. That's why you have to use the French website. Also, at the end, I say about sending ID to Disneyland Paris. You don't have to physically send your ID. You need to send a copy of the photo page of your passport so they can verify you are who you say you are. Okay, so let's get into this, and thank you for watching.
Hello everyone, so today we're going to go through how you buy the annual passes on the internet. Under the British website you can either pay online or there used to be a form you could download. If you use the French website you can pay online, you can also pay monthly. So I will go through the steps now. So if you search for Disneyland Paris, and then find the website. So the one that is actually DisneylandParis.com, as opposed to all the other various websites that other companies offer. Go into that website. Load up. It will default load up the British website, so the English website. Which, if you go on to annual passes on this website, it'll give you all the information, but it doesn't actually give you the option to buy an annual pass, which is here on the French website. No, French. Then if you change up here, you change the little British flag, click on this, it will then let you change the region. So if you click on the France website, and because I know where it's on the French website, since I've already got translation turned on. So I'll go back to show original, show how you do that. So it will load up the French language site. Obviously, if you can read French, that's great. If you can't, if you click on this icon in Microsoft Edge, show translate options, you can click to translate the page to English or pretty much any other language. Go in, and then when you click translate, it will change the whole website to English. Then if you click tickets and stays and annual passes, on this website, let's change sites here, you got the information saying about you need to register for your dates, and you can have 3 dates at any one time. When you come down here, unless you stay on site. If you stay on site, you just have to present your room key and your annual pass. You don't need reservations. So the difference with this French website, you have a buy button here rather than a login button. And you have all the details of the different levels of annual passes. We tend to go for either Magic Plus, usually 2 Magic Pluses, me and Isla, and an Infinity for Kate. Because the Infinity gives the higher benefits for the discounts, so 20% discount rather than 10. It gives you a photo pass for the high one, which obviously you only need one of. 15% discount from restaurants rather than 10. And does give you bigger discounts on hotels, I think, on site. That. You can also click on learn more down here. The only other thing is you can click here to check the availability for the parks. It will tell you if your dates are actually available. And yeah, you don't need it if you're staying at a hotel, you just need it if you're staying off site. and see access days. So this will bring up a calendar. Done the wrong one because it's the Infinity. So it's done a lower part, lower ticket. So for Magic Plus, you can't go between Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve because they're blacked out. And I'll do this quite quickly because I know where the others are. And the other period is literally from the 28th of October until Halloween, which is where we are going next year. So all three of us are having Infinities this year, so we can actually go over Halloween. So this is the Magic Plus pass. You've got the whole week up to Bonfire Night, presumably from before Halloween, I would guess. Yeah. So from like the 22nd of October through to the 5th of November, you can't go. You don't have most of December, you can't go. Oh yeah. Also, any of these blackout days, you can't stay on site to circumvent the restriction. You need to have your pass needs to be blue, basically. So that's most of December. You can't go on this one. Being January, so New Year's Day and the day after. Some of February. So obviously, if your dates do come up in blue on here, then this one can be worth doing because it's not an awful lot more expensive than paying for tickets. The first level of pass has a lot of restricted days and not very many discounts. So it's nearly all the weekends are blacked out, apart from January. Most of February is blacked out. Additionally, with this pass, you can't use it on the second and third days following the production of the pass. So if you've got a relative who's come in who might only go once, then this pass is probably going to work out once or twice, and the dates are blue. It's going to work out cheaper than buying tickets. And if you choose the option to send it home, those second and third days will be whilst the pass is in the post anyway. So that is no problem. If you buy it in the park, obviously not being able to go in the second and third day is going to be more of an issue. So, if you scroll down, like I said, it gives you all the discounts. This is new. So the parking used to only ever be on the Magiflex and the Infinity. They have brought it down to the Magic Plus. Additionally now, which is a new... How long has that been there for?
I'm not sure.
Definitely didn't used to be there. And you can pay €60 for parking with the base pass, which is about the same as 2 days worth of parking. And it's definitely worth it. It's one of the biggest bits we've saved money on. We're staying off site whilst we've been going to Disneyland Paris and driving. We'll highlight also what they've said here. Just because the days that you want to go are not available doesn't mean that they may become available in the run-up to your holiday. So I've noticed before where I've wanted to go into the parks and checked weeks before there's been no availability and then days before there has. So this does help at times if you're staying off site. Once you've decided which pass you want, also if you click on them you can bring up more details. I just noticed that that's actually an option. That brings up more information about what is available, the conditions. So, if you click buy, it will load up this screen. Changes the details of the parts. Also, it gives the details of either the pay up front, which will not highlight for some reason. Actually, I'll just explain it. So you need to pay €499 up front, €499 up front for the top pass, or you can pay €60 for initial payment and then pay $39.91 a month by direct debit. You do need a European bank account number, which most of the mainstream banks will give you, and Starling will, and TransferWise, which is the European version of Monzo, which you can link through Monzo to get a Wise account to do it. Yeah, Monzo is a really good account when you're actually in France because you don't pay fees on French transactions or any other currency for that matter. So, when you come down to here, you have two options. I'll explain this one first. You can print a temporary pass if you are paying in full upfront. The issue with this option is you can only book your first day after purchase. You cannot book your second and third day. You have to print the temporary annual pass at home and you have to take it to the park to exchange it for your permanent pass within 60 days of purchase. So this option generally isn't the best option. The other option, you can request to send the pass to your house. This does cause a bit of a delay. That wasn't supposed to happen. Going on to the next screen, but I'll just explain that to this. So it does cause a bit of a delay whilst you're waiting for the pass to turn up, but when the pass does turn up, you can book your 3 days as soon as you have the pass and you have your permanent pass. So you don't have to go to the annual pass window and wait and go through all the rigmarole of changing it. So once you've clicked on which delivery option you want, if you click on delivery to your house, you can then choose to either pay by monthly instalments, so pay €60 and then pay the rest by monthly instalments, or you can choose to pay it all at once. Pay all at once will literally just load up the payment screen you pay, and they'll request a photo and then they'll send you the pass. If you do pay by monthly instalments, it will then ask, which obviously means to pay all at once, how many passes you want. These will all be the same level as pass. Because I clicked Infinity to start with, these will be issued as Infinity passes. If you're doing, say, one Infinity to get the bigger discounts, and then you're doing lower passes for the rest of your family, you have to do two separate transactions. Okay, so we'll go forward and say we want one adult pass. So you think what it was going to be. So now again, it's loaded up the same screen with the 4 different types of annual pass. So again, it's got the different discounts and how many days and the option to view the blacked out calendar. If you go to the bottom, you can click choose on the pass you want. So for argument's sake, let's choose an Infinity. Choose. It will then say selected. And then it's loaded up the next bit. maybe. So then you've got monthly Infinity annual pass, one adult, €39.91 a month. After initial payment is 60. So you've got to pay €60 today, and then $39.91 a month for 11 months. So add to chart. Again, telling you all the information again, level of pass, and the payment terms. And then click continue. On this website, often so this website shows email address. As I'm logged in as me, it's one of my Outlook address. And then if you key in your phone number, and your details. Hello. And then make up an address. They will deliver to the UK, so just change that to United Kingdom. Copy down the participant's address. If you're doing multiple passes, if you're doing children as well, you then will get their details below, and you need to key their date of birth and their details into the screen, so it will be down here. But as we're only doing the one, it's just copied it down from above. This will generate a paper document that you have to sign to accept that your direct debit payments will be made. It's relatively easy to understand. I will have a look and see if I can put the document to do with the passes that me and Isla got the other day up, but I will look for that in a minute. So once you've keyed all this information in, if you click continue, it will give you another summary. So it will tell you that it's going to ship them within 7 days, and it will confirm your name and address. Then you tick I declare that you accept the terms and conditions, which are available there. Then you click confirm and pay. Which then will load up the payment screen, select your card, put your card details in, and then click the stream button. This stream, because it is a secure website, will remain in French. But basically, I'll just go through it. Numero de carte, this card number, name on the card, date of expiry, and the security code off the back of your card. And then click confirm payment over here. So I will I'll leave this up actually. So once you've done this screen, it will load up the screen to confirm the names and date of births and addresses of the participants in the annual pass scheme. It will also ask for photos to be printed on the annual passes. Once you confirm this, it will generate a document to your email, which is your contract for the annual passes if you're doing pay monthly. I presume it probably doesn't if you're doing pay upfront. That form you can either print, send back to the address on the form, or you can email it back to the pay monthly email address which is on the form. Once they have all that, they will then issue out your annual passes, and you have 10 days to get that document back to them. I said I'll have a look to see if I can get that, screenshot that form onto here in a minute. Okay, so when you finish the transaction, it will email this document to you. You may also have the option to download it from the screen that loads. So, this is in French, and you can't translate this because it's a contract. So what they're asking for here is for 2 documents to be sent to Disneyland Paris. So they want it's to an RAB, but it's a document that confirms that the bank details you've keyed in belong to you. I generally send a bank statement, and that's never been a problem before. They also want 1 piece of ID, which again I usually send passport for all the people who are having an annual pass. And you send it to this address in Disneyland Paris, or if it's not in here, I'll add it. Is a text. But there is a pay monthly email address, which doesn't look like it's actually on here. Oh, it's here. Or you can send to this email address here, which for some reason I can't actually highlight. So this one here, the payment mensal email address. So you need to sign the document here where it says date and signature of debtor. So you need to sign in this box, and you need to put the date that you're signing it somewhere in that box. That's just confirming that you agree to the terms of the contract and you're actually going to pay for the direct debit and pay for the annual pass. And then down here, you have to put where you're signing. I'm presuming something like French law, but basically I just write the town or city that we live in. In this box here, signature underneath here, and the date that you're signing it on. And then, like I said, you can either scan it in and send it back by email to them, or you can send it by post to the Disneyland Paris address. Okay. Another benefit of the annual passes is you get invited to various annual pass events during the year. They generally come through on email with a link to a website to book them, and all you need is your annual pass number and the expiry date to log in. These can be, there's an annual pass soiree, they've done special like final shows of Pirates and Princesses a few years ago, and they can be a really great way to see some of the entertainment in a quieter setting. Additionally, they will trial certain entertainment as well of annual pass holders, so you may be invited to exclusive events before they go into the general park. So they did a party for the 30th anniversary, which was the shows before they went into the main park. So this can be a really great benefit to the annual passes as well, especially if
you happen to already be in France or you live close enough that you can make a special trip over for them. Thank you for watching, and I hope you found this video helpful and it's going to help you with the passes. There are really good benefits to having the passes, especially when you're staying off site, because you get the parking and extra magic hours as well, which I don't think I've mentioned, have I?
No.
So you can go in with extra magic hours the same as the on-site guests, which would be a really great way of getting some of the more busy rides done early on in the day. If you have any questions or comments or anything, make a comment below and I'll try to get back to you. The process is a lot easier than necessarily it looks when you first do it or when you first approach it. The ability to translate the websites is a massive help in the later versions of the internet software.